Alright, now that you know January 2nd, 2026 is the big day for your first Social Security check, let's get real about what that means and what you absolutely need to watch for to make sure everything goes smooth. First off, if you've been relying on Social Security for retirement income, disability, or survivor benefits, you know this payment isn't just some random deposit, it's your lifeline. For millions of Americans, Social Security is the backbone of their monthly budget, paying for groceries, utilities, medication, and those little extras that keep life comfortable. So, the timing and amount of this check matter big time. Now, why January 2nd? It might seem like an odd date to mark, but it's no accident. The Social Security Administration, or SSA, follows a pretty strict schedule based on your birth date or benefit category. Usually the first payment of the year lands on the second day of January if you're part of the group that gets paid early in the month. This is a change from previous years when payments might have arrived a bit later, so it's a good idea to circle that date on your calendar, set a reminder on your phone, and even let your family know. But here's the catch. Social Security isn't just about the check showing up on time. It's also about what the check looks like in 2026, and there are some important updates you need to be ready for. We're talking about the cost of living adjustment, COLA, potential policy shifts, and how the IRS could affect your benefits if you have taxable income. I'll get into all that in a minute. Let's back up and talk about the COLA first, because that's one of the biggest reasons why this first payment is so important. Every year, the Social Security Administration looks at inflation data to determine if they need to increase your benefits to keep up with the rising cost of living. This means your check could be bigger in 2026 compared to last year. If you remember the last few years, inflation has been a wild ride. Prices for gas, groceries, rent, everything has been creeping up, sometimes faster than paychecks can keep pace. So the SSA uses something called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPIW, to calculate the COLA. If inflation is up, your Social Security payment gets a bump to help cover those extra costs. For 2026, the official COLA has been set at 2.8%. That might not sound like a ton, but for many people, even a few extra dollars each month can make a big difference, especially if you're living on a fixed income. So if you were getting, say, $500 a month before, expect that to go up by around $42 with this adjustment. But hold on, while that's good news, there's another side to the story. Your Social Security benefits might be taxable depending on your total income, and that's something many people overlook. If you're retired and have other sources of income like a pension, rental income, or even a part-time job, the IRS might tax a portion of your Social Security benefits. The thresholds for this tax have been set for years, and if your combined income goes over $25,000 for an individual or $32,000 for a married couple filing jointly, up to 50% of your benefits can be taxed. It can go even higher, up to 85%, if your income is above $34,000 or $44,000 for couples. That means when you get your January 2nd payment, it might feel a little smaller if taxes come out. And that's exactly why you need to plan ahead. Don't get caught off guard thinking you're getting the full amount when Uncle Sam might be taking a bite. Okay, now that you know the basics about timing, the COLA increase, and taxes, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention: policy changes that could affect your benefits in 2026. There's always chatter in Washington about Social Security's future, whether it's changes to eligibility, adjustments to the way benefits are calculated, or even funding concerns. And while no major law has passed to drastically change your January 2026 payment, lawmakers are still working on proposals that could roll out over the next few years. One proposal gaining traction is increasing the retirement age. Right now, the full retirement age for Social Security is somewhere between 66 and 67, depending on when you were born. Some lawmakers want to push this age even higher to keep the program solvent longer. If that happens, it could impact when you're eligible for full benefits in the future. But don't worry, no sudden changes are coming for current beneficiaries. Another proposal involves changing the way benefits are calculated for higher earners. Some plans suggest taxing benefits for wealthy retirees, or adjusting the formula so that higher income earners don't see as big of an increase each year. That could mean smaller COLA bumps down the line for some folks. But the bottom line is this. For your January 2nd, 2026 payment, these debates don't change much. The SSA has confirmed that payments will go out on schedule, with the 2.8% COLA adjustment, and that's it for now. Still, it's smart to keep an eye on the news because these policy changes could shape your benefits in the years after 2026. Now, here's something else that can impact your Social Security check, the so-called hold harmless provision. This is a rule designed to make sure that if your Medicare Part B premiums increase, your Social Security benefits won't go down by more than that amount. In some years, your COLA increase could be swallowed up entirely by rising Medicare premiums, leaving you with little to no extra money. But in 2026, the SSA expects the hold harmless rule to work in your favor for many beneficiaries, meaning your benefits will increase by the full 2.8% COLA without being reduced by higher Medicare premiums. That's a win for a lot of folks. So, what do you do now to make sure you're ready for that payment on January 2nd? First, double-check your bank account information with the SSA. If you've changed banks or accounts recently, make sure your new info is updated. Payments can get delayed or returned if there's a mismatch, and nobody wants to wait longer than they have to for their check. Second, watch out for scams. It's almost inevitable that around big payment dates, scammers try to trick you with fake emails, calls, or texts promising you early payments or asking for personal info. Remember, the SSA will never ask for your full Social Security number, passwords, or payment to release your benefits. If something sounds fishy, it probably is. Report it. Third, consider your tax situation. If you expect your benefits to be taxable, think about adjusting your withholding or making estimated tax payments so you're not hit with a big bill come tax season. And finally, stay informed. Social Security can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Follow trusted sources, subscribe to updates from the SSA, and watch videos like this one that break down the facts clearly and honestly. All right, we've covered a lot already, but here's a quick recap. Your first Social Security check of 2026 arrives January 2nd. It will include a 2.8% cost of living increase, but depending on your income, part of your benefits might be taxable. No drastic policy changes affect this payment, but keep watching the news for future developments. Update your bank info, beware of scams, and plan your taxes wisely. That's the real deal. Before I let you go, a quick reminder. Social Security is one of the most important programs millions rely on every month. Knowing the details about your payments gives you power. Don't let confusion or misinformation cost you money or cause unnecessary stress. If this video helped clear things up for you, hit that like button. It helps more Americans get accurate info before they miss out. And if you want me to break down specific Social Security topics, upcoming policy updates, or tax tips, drop a comment below. I'm here to help you navigate this complicated world and keep your money safe. Thanks for sticking with me. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.